So now that you've raised money, now you need to go build the company you said you would build. There's a fine line. There's a quote like "fake it till you make it." This is a fine line of when we just started and we're getting iTechs to join us or technicians on board. We would be like, yeah, we have like an international distribution center, which is true. We were shipping packages internationally, but it was out of our garage right here. And so this is our first warehouse. This moves into like this line of like fake it till you make it. We knew we were going to build hopefully a massive company. We kind of knew how, and we had like the direction, and now it was just an execution play. So it's the fine line if you actually make what you said. So this is a picture of our first fulfillment center, and each one of those are kits going out to new technicians that we were bringing on a couple hundred a month. And we were packing it up. So we said what we were going to do, and then we went and executed against it. So things will feel broken and on fire all the time. This is normal. Work on fixing what are like one cold at a time. So there's like the difference between being sick and then you're going to get better, or like having a flu or pneumonia that can kill you. And so like in the startup world, you need to look out for the things that can kill you, and then you'll deal with like the ailments that just have you sick other times. So on the left, this is one of our suppliers when I was doing one of our supplier visits, and I'm thinking like, we're going to give this guy millions of dollars to build phone parts for us, and he's getting just absolutely wasted drunk. Like I didn't know this is how business was done, and it felt very broken at the time. The picture on the right is I was also in China, and there was a cat for sale at like a street stall, and I was like, "How much for the cat?" And they're like, "It was like $2 or $3 US." And so I was like, "Cool, I'll take the kitten," and they actually bagged it up for food and like handed it to me. So this is like the kitten being pushed into the bag. We let it go. We didn't eat the cat, but it felt very broken that like we're there to do hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars for the business, but it ended up working out, and it was just a crazy, crazy place. And so one of the things that you guys are super lucky with is having Draper University and Boost VC across the street. Like it's so freaking cool that we can surround ourselves with this group of entrepreneurs and mentors and like founders and people that are funding companies. Like you guys are incredibly lucky to have this. Keep surrounding yourself with people. One of the learnings that I've found out is people are surprisingly willing to help. An example of this is I'm part of a company that is like a turbine-powered jetpack company, which is like you fly around in jetpacks. And I was like, we need to build a board of advisors. And so I reached out, like cold emailed a couple astronauts, and they all got back to me. And the guy in the photo actually is probably joining the board of the company. So it's like if you need help, reach out. Other CEOs, other founders, investors, like they're definitely more willing to ask, and you'll never know if you don't reach out and ask. And if you want advice, ask someone for money, and then if you want money, ask someone for advice. It's counterintuitive, but if you say, hey, do you want to invest, like people are going to tell you why they're not investing. If you say like, how would you recommend we build this product, it makes them feel involved, and then they actually want to help you build the product. So definitely try to follow that advice. Another thing is startups are somewhat over glamorized. It certainly was when we started. This is a actual data on the left side that I drew out also in MS Paint last night. So it's like, here's what it's like. It's just constant up and downs. There's things that happen in your startup journey that feel like you're going to kill you. From the outside is what people think it's how it's really like. It's definitely not how it's like. It is a ton of ups and downs. It's amazing if you're I don't know, a masochist. But this is like the what it's like versus how it's like. Just expect the ups and downs. Also, this is some pictures over the years of people sleeping in the offices. I think we had like a bedroom in our first couple offices because we were working out of a living room. And so just know that it's just like a metric shit ton of work, but it's generally pretty fun. Buy some energy drinks. We used to have pallets of like Red Bull and this energy drink that's been discontinued because I don't think it was healthy for you, delivered. So this was like a pallet coming in, and that was like what we lived off of. And then the key thing is like get great co-founders. So how I define like my two, I guess, litmus tests for a great co-founder is, would you start a company again with them, and then could you live with them for the next 10 years? Chances are your co-founder is going to be someone that you're within 10 feet of for literally the next 10 years. So assume for the next 10 years you're going to see them daily. Don't optimize for equity early on. This is something that I made the mistake of, where it's like, oh no, it should be 60-40 or it should be 55-45. Like there's like 9 out of 10 companies generally won't work. Optimizing for equity early on when you have so much that you need to surmount over the next 5 or 10 years is silly. And then I would actually put someone who's smarter or more specialized than you. If it's two co-founders who are great at sales, but neither are technical, I would just inspect that. If it's two people who are technical that aren't great at sales, how are you going to sell your product? You can hire salespeople, but definitely look for people that are smarter or more technical than you. Don't bring someone on unless you're 100% on them. Like if you're 80% or 90% or think that they're going to change, I would caution against that or just inspect that. And more co-founder issues kill companies than anything else. This is over running out of money. This is over a competitor like taking your market share. It's co-founder issues are like the number one things that kill companies. So definitely spend time doing that. So this comes from, I believe, Eric Ries's Lean Startup, which is build, measure, learn. This is a feedback loop that we use internally, where we'll spec out a product, we'll build it, we'll release it out to the market. It could be to our 1,000 technicians. It could be to our customers. We measure the impact, we learn from it, and then we iterate it. So it's a very iterative process. This goes back to like definitely like talk to your customers, talk to your users. You can't do that enough. For us, it's every new hire that we bring on. We have about 70, I think, full-time people right now. Every new hire we bring on, we send them, the first thing we do is we put them with an iTech, and they go spend a day in the field meeting customers and like seeing what it's like to be one of our technicians. So it's definitely like talk to your users, build, measure, and learn.